Chaver Bezrat Hashem, welcome back, Ami Bloom. Unbelievable stuff. Let's fire it up. We have no time to waste. We have right now, all we have is right now. Baruch Hashem. Matfil B'Shem Kol Yisrael Pesach Ruvim Medosef Asar Baruch Bas Yehudis. Yonah Bas Basa, Shir Bas Basa, Sanar Money, Tova Bas Peril, Rivka Bas Razel, Shal Ben Chana Leas, Fi Ben Chana, Lud Nishma Yudid Baruch Bas Nechama Meir, Neshama Have an Aliyah. Help us review every true word and new insight of the Holy Torah at least 101 times, so that we remember every word and never forget even one word of our learning. Ezrat Hashem, Chabra, Feel B'Shem Kol Yisrael, Halach L'Maisa. During the recitation of the Shechianu blessing of Purim Day, all those assembled should have in mind that the blessing also refers to the mitzvah of Mishloach Mano, Matanyos Le'Evionim, in the Purim meal. Likewise, the chazan who recites the blessings before the reading should have in mind to exempt the congregation from reciting this blessing for these mitzvot. Okay. Let's move on. So we're talking about the Purim feast. Rav Itchmar, after what we just went through, we went through like the introduction, so to speak, and the first chapter was on the Megillah reading and the light that shines to us during the Megillah reading and the avodas and whatnot. And now we're going to go to chapter 2, the Purim feast. Now this is a continuation. This is connected to the first chapter, right? The light that is shining onto us during the Megillah reading, and that we should all look towards in the document that Ami sent us. Or if you have the actual Beyond Berkecha Sefer, it's kedai to look at it, right? The unique light of the Ribono Shel Olam that shines into each and every one of us. But now we're taking the light that we received, Bezrat Hashem, during the Megillah reading and bringing it to action, right? So the avoda at the Purim feast is to reach spiritual feelings that become action. This is the title. After we've received the light through the reading of the Megillah, that great light of the revelation of his yichud, our avoda now is to take this light and to experience it with a conscious feeling, a feeling that will lead a person into taking action upon it. It's unbelievable. It's, everything we go through. It's learning Torah, but living Torah, right? We could learn all the Torah in the world, but what are we doing when we get to the streets? What are we doing when we interact with people? What are we doing when we conduct ourselves throughout our day? Really through the Torah that we're learning, right? So just the Maisa, what are we doing when we receive this light of the Megillah reading? By the reading of the Megillah, the light downloads as information into the mind, which grasp it as truth that there is none other besides him. Ein o mevado. And the light then descends to the heart and illuminates it until this truth is felt in the motions of the heart. And later, by performing the mitzvah of the Purim feast, the light enters us even more and is revealed in the motions and in our actual practice as follows. So it's cool how Rav Itchmar is just bringing it down, how, when we receive the light, where it's going, right? It's stated that it's like downloading as information into the mind, right? But then it goes into the heart and illuminates it. And then as we go on with our day, as we go on with the Suda, it illuminates, it turns into a fire, it turns into a bonfire. And it says here in the footnote, we are first explaining the mitzvah of eating the Purim feast in intoxication before we get to explaining the other mitzvah of Purim, because the inner meaning of this feast is connected with the inner light of the Megillah reading. Okay, so we get to the Purim feast, which we'll speak about tomorrow a little bit, Bezrat Hashem, and we're with the Chavra, we're with the beautiful people, and we just got this feeling, this light of Ino Mevada. We have it in our minds. It's downloaded as information, the new software, the new iOS update in our minds. Baruch Hashem is the ultimate one, right? It's iOS 1. It's not iOS 16, right? It's iOS 1. We're downloading that everything is one. Ah, what a chiddush. iOS 1. So here we go. It says in the Esther Breslov Research Institute something so beautiful. It says in Masechet Megillah 12a, Achashverosh wanted to flaunt his grandeur, so he donned the magnificent robes of the Kohen Gadol, which is the high priest, which had been looted from the temple. Right, so says Esther, right, this beautiful book. Hope you guys have it. The priestly robes were extremely magnificent. It threads woven from 5 unique colors. Right, this is a pasuk in Shemot. somewhere in Sefer Shemot. These robes symbolize the uniqueness of our people and the uniqueness of each and every one of us. We'll get to this soon. I think in Truma, or I don't know, the Parshio that I'll be speaking about. We're entering into Truma, the Mishkan, the whole thing. So we'll speak about it soon. So because Tiferet, which means magnificent, shines forth from contrast, while sameness and conformity tend to be dull. So God is extolled by our uniqueness, by the entire tapestry of all Jewish souls. Every single person is different, is unique in their own right. Right? By saying the world was created for each and every one of us, that means we have a different avoda, different self, different makeup. But Haman and Achashverosh sought to destroy us. They want to homogenize us. Haman told Achashverosh, "There's one people. Those Jews are all the same." Negating, what is this doing, Chava? This is negating our individual uniqueness. And Achashverosh donned the magnificent robes to say the Jewish people are no longer unique. But Mordechai the Tzaddik embellished the entire people, revealing what was special in each and every one of us. He brought everyone to accept a specific role and to accept that each other's role is also unique. Right? How we're all unique, but also other people are. So when we think that people are boring, that people are dull, mamish, we have to look for the uniqueness in every single Jew and their avoda. Because we must know that each and every one of us is special with a specific unique part in God's plan. And even the lost souls who have forsaken their people can return and reclaim their roles as unique. And what does this piece end off with? And Mordechai left the king's presence clad in royal attire, in magnificent, uniquely colored garments. So Chaver Bezrat Hashem, when we were experiencing this light of the Megillah reading, the day itself, which is Purim, and we enter to the feast, and we're sitting with the Chavra, and we're having a good old time. How are we utilizing the light that we experienced? Right, the iOS 1 that we've been downloading from the beginning of the day, and from the night before, and from the whole of preparation for the big day. Are we looking at these people externally, or seeing and just thinking as only external, or we're looking at the external and saying how sweet even the external is, and how there's something so much beyond what meets our eyes. So Chaver Bezrat Hashem, we should see the Nekuda Tovos in every single Jew at every single moment, also ourselves, and how unique we are. And that was the uniqueness, not only from the Jewish people, from Mordechai, who was able to megala that through each and every one of us. So Bezrat Hashem, Chavra, we should be zocha to attain that. And let's fire it up. Questions, comments, please feel free.
What was the other book you're reading from? Breslau, did you say something?
Yeah, Breslev Esther, commentary on the Megillah. It's amazing stuff.
Yeah, another comment reminded me about the Reb Shlomo on Parsha Shlach, but the Meraglim didn't just look at Israel, they're judging that it's about the Chayr Meraglim today, he says, is judging people's lavush, their clothing. On Purim, we take off the mask, there's the clothing.
On Purim.
Yeah.
We take off the mask and the clothing on Purim?
No, it's like you can tie it to Purim. It's not Purim Torah Shlach Torah, but you can tie it to Purim, meaning
tie for Purim. Like you're right. All the layers are off. It's only Pneumius in the day. All the layers are off. Amazing. Chavra Bezrat Hashem. Ami, you have any
Yeah, I sent a longer BM Kech in English if anyone wants. There's a 93 pager.
Of the 93 pages. Amazing. So strong. How was your flight? It was good?
You're on recording still. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, good. Okay. Fire it up, Chavra. Be well.